All right, back again. We are here for the end of day report with yours truly, Dex, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. This has been a busy 2 weeks, man. Like straight up. I've been acting like a chicken with my head cut off, running around to and fro. Man, all the research and all the news content and breaking news. The president seems like he spoke to the American public every day this week. Man, I can't even keep up with the news. I'm still behind on a lot of news and a lot of stories, and people send me stuff and for me to talk about on the show. It's just so much, man. And I'm the kind of person when I open my mouth, I like to stand by my word. So I have to confess, I've been in the lab heavy this week because, well, multiple reasons, but give me a second. I have to clean my glasses off here. All right, so, I like to stay ahead of things. I like to know what I'm dealing with and what's coming. Uh, I like to search the algos for those answers. And that's where I get a lot of my information, a lot of my intel, because you guys heard me say that the algos tell you everything you need to know, including those things that you do not know. So if you know where to look and you know how to look and you code it properly, your algos can speak volumes and let you know exactly what time it is, or at least what type of something you may be dealing with. All right, so I opened my big mouth earlier and I said something about the Project Pandora, aka the Two Bar Charlie pre-market that I do in the mornings. Well, I've been seriously thinking about a way to implement it and to add extra value. And I've made a decision. I'm not going to be doing that. So sorry. What I am considering doing, though, however, is incorporating it to the product that we already have out. So I want to make sure I wasn't breaking anything in doing it. All right. You can't tell nobody. All right. You can't tell nobody about this, but I've been a bad boy. I did something. I said, forget it. If the system is, if the, if corporate America, if America is really toast and this is the death knell and the death blow is coming, then I want to go down fighting. I want to do all that I can and enjoy myself on this race to the bottom. So I whipped out on them, man. I backed out on them. I backed that thing out on them. I dusted the cobwebs off. I went into my trunk. It's not a good thing when you see a dude go into the trunk of his car. And I opened up the trunk, man. I dusted off the old ratchet and I loaded it up. And I had to do it. It's been a long time since I did it. I don't care if they get mad. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. So here's what I did. I took out the old soybean system, took the cobwebs off of it, and I did the unthinkable. I also backed out on them with the cotton system. Yes, the infamous getting kicked out of the trading pit cotton system. I took it out. I backed that thing out. I backed it out. I'm not even playing anymore. Why hold back? You know, if this is how it's going to be, they're talking about locking down the country and restricting travel and all this other stuff I'm hearing about. Well, then you know what? I'm going to milk you for everything you got on the way down. So here we go. As soon as I finish, I'm going to incorporate it into the current reports You will not notice a thing. It's not going to change the look, the feel. You still trade and use it the same way. The only difference, though, is the price triggers are going to be mad loaded. Crazy, stupid, mad loaded. Let me explain what that means. Now, those of you who already signed up, you already know about the loaded triggers. Well, I turned off some things for a little while. I didn't want people to hurt themselves because these things are super loaded, meaning they're very fast, and it's going to get you in and out of the market, and you're going to be mostly trading both sides of the market every day, like literally just raping the market, taking everything it gives you. If it goes down, you're going to take whatever you get when it go down, and then when it reverses and goes up, you're going to take whatever you get when it goes up too. Now, that's the gist of it, but here's where you're going to get in trouble. Don't blame me when you use this because it's freaky. Every day now, you know how I give you guys the potential 2-bar Charlie setups in the morning. Well, that's going to already be programmed now into your reports. So when you get your reports in your hand, you're going to get what I'm going to be doing hours in advance the next morning. You won't need me to tell you where the 2-bar Charlies are set up at. It's going to be on the report. You're going to know. It's going to be right there on the report. So I'm turning up. It's time to turn up. I'm turning up on the price triggers. All right. The weekly triggers are also being turned up. They're going to be a lot quicker because I see what they're doing pretty soon. I have a really strong feeling about this. They're going to not shut the market down, but they're going to be putting restrictions up on short selling. And they might even start raising futures margins. So I have to get around that. And the way to get around it is to already know where they're going to open markets up the following morning, regardless of what happens in the overnight market. You're going to be in a position to know where those next day ranges are going to be in advance. How in the world can I know that? I can't tell you that. I can only tell you that the algos are going to do it. All right. It's just something I do. All right. You might get in trouble. It's not my fault now. Don't put my name nowhere in the conversation. If your broker calls you because you've been using these price triggers and a couple of times a week, you done sold the high of the day and bought the low of the day before your market even opened. For those of you that are trading equities, don't put my name in it. If they call you, just say, hey, I just say it's a lucky guess. I don't know. But do not put my name in the conversation. So you take full responsibility for using the cotton system. It's called the cotton system because the cotton was the first market I tested it with, and it was extremely successful. All right, I've done this multiple times. I've used it to do it. I had to stop because I was, getting some heat back then, but things have changed a lot now. I don't think they really care and they're worried about that. But just in case they do, you're not doing any insider trading. It's just I know what their algos are doing because I used to be one of the people that designed those systems to do what they're doing. So I say time to take the gloves off, time to turn up, and that's what we're about to do. We're about to turn up. All right. So as soon as I can get everything done, I'm going to get that out to you and you will have it. All right. You got to be careful because it's extremely fast. It knows a lot, and you're going to see that you're going to notice a lot of different things. Like, for instance, it was told to me, it was like, yeah, we noticed that on a lot of these, one trigger equals another and vice versa. And that used to be the way. Sometimes it'll be that way, and then sometimes the stops will not. They just self-adjust and correct. And, you may say, well, 99% of the time it's the same, but then there's going to be that 1 or 2% of the time there's not. So you always have to check and make sure that you're not getting, that you're putting in the right orders and you're putting in the right prices, okay? So in addition to that, the reports are coming out a little late tonight, which is good. It's good for you. It's going to be good for you for multiplicity of purposes. One of those reasons is I don't want anyone to get hurt. I have a strong belief that they're about to tear these markets up. I don't think we've seen any volatility yet, but I think we're about to. I think they are about to go bananas. They're about to release the Kraken. I think they want to take things down, and I mean down. All right. And they're not using bombs to do it, not this time. So I have to tell you, man, y'all get ready. You know what I'm saying? If you stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. All right. Um, so now this is only going to be on the paid subscriptions. It's not going to be on the free platform. It's not going to be on that. All right. Though you will not see that on that. That's going to stay the same for what it is. I'm going to continue to run that set of algos for that purpose. But for the paid subscriptions, you will have the new loaded joints. Like I said though, please, please, I can't stress this enough. Please understand what you're using. All right. It's very fast. It may not be suitable for some of you. You may need to just continue to use the weekly triggers and not the other triggers. All right. If you find that the other triggers are just too much for you and you can't move that quick, then you just need to stick with the weekly triggers. Okay. Don't even worry about the loaded ones. Okay. The loaded ones is that cotton and the soybean system running together simultaneously with the triggers that you've been using all week. So I meshed all three of them together. So they're going to turn on and off and do what they need to do. All right. I know that's a lot. There's no easier way to explain it to you. All right. Another reason why the reports are late, because I've been working on that and, getting all my research and stuff done. But the other reason too is because you need to understand that tomorrow is a very dangerous, potentially dangerous day. Tomorrow is the witch. All right. In trading, we have the witch. The most famous witch is the triple witch. But then we have what is called the quad witch. The quad witch is the meanest and unforgiving witch of them all, the meanest witch of the West. All right. Let me explain to you what the quad witch is. The quad witch is you got quadruple expirations happening on the same day at the same time. It's going to call for extreme volatility. And I do mean extreme. All right. You don't know what to expect from the quad witch tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow is not only Take Back Friday in the market, but it's also the quad witch. What that means is you got stock options expiration, you got futures contract expiration, you got options on futures contract expiration, and you got stock index options expiration. So you got all of those going on tomorrow. All right. And that's a lot. So you got contract rollover. We're already trading the June contract. If you're still trading March, you're wrong. You need to get out. I'm sure you probably already got your last trading day or first or second notice day already. If you're trading the stock index futures, most brokers always roll over. I think it's the third Friday of the month, whatever. So we're already trading June contract now for the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, and the Russell futures. So you should be too. If you're not, or you have not been, that's what you need to be in. All right. Remember too, if you are long options and to going into tomorrow, you're also wrong. All right. Options are designed to expire worthless. All right. They're designed to expire worthless. All right. On their expiration. So by the time they expire, they're supposed to be expiring worthless. All right. Now, if you hold until expiration and you somehow manage to eke out a profit from that, that's good for you, but you're playing a dangerous game. Options are designed to expire worthless. The market will do everything in its power to make sure your option does not expire in the money. I don't care if you're holding a call option or a put option. Remember, you do not get maximum reward in an option unless the market settles beyond your strike price. You have to settle in the money. The deeper in the money, the better. All right. So at the money, you're probably going to expire worthless. You need to be in the money. If you're out of the money and going into tomorrow, you played yourself. Options are designed for you to watch and babysit them like little toddlers. And as soon as you see the toddler going in the wrong direction, you need to do something about that. All right. So tomorrow, options are going to be expiring, what we call in the business cabinet. All right. They're going to go cabinet. Most of the options tomorrow will go cabinet. That means worthless, zero. All right. Not worth a thing. So don't let that be you. If you're a buyer of puts or calls, you need to learn to take profit before they expire. The closer options get to expiration, the more that you have that time value, that time decay eating away at your premiums, eating away at your options. All right. You don't want that. Okay. So enough of that. Tomorrow's the quad witch. Be on the lookout. Yes, the cotton system applies to the crypto markets. The cotton system applies to everything. All right. It's a powerful, powerful loaded trigger. Very powerful. And it expands and narrows based on market conditions. Sometimes you may be like, wow, that's close. That's super close. It's like that for a reason. And over time, you will see the reason. You'll be like, yo, I can't believe I didn't get stopped out on that. My stop was like, they were like ticks apart from each other. What in the world? How did you know that? It's just the way it is. All right. Nah. No, not at all. Not at all, my man. Nah, you gotta have game for that. Algos don't help with that. Not at all. Um, I'm sure it would on certain type of people, but nah. In general, no. You gotta have game for that one. Straight up. Not everybody got that. You can be the smartest man in the room with a 500 IQ. That's not gonna help you book a check. In order to book a check, you gotta know and understand women. All right. Now, for those of you who come from a two-parent home, that you're gonna have to work a little bit harder. But for the majority of us who grew up poor and in the hood or in the inner cities, raised by women, been around nothing but women majority of your life, you know how women think and how women work. So you know what to do and what not to do. You know how to, say the right things and avoid saying certain things and doing certain things. So just saying. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you are a good listener, like for real, and females will pick that up. Just using, trying to show how smart you are. Woman doesn't care how smart you are. She cares how much you're into her. So if you're not showing any interest in her, but you're just focusing on yourself, you're gonna come off arrogant and self-centered, and no one wants to deal with a selfish individual like that. For a woman, she wants to know how you feel about women in general. A woman can tell a lot about a man by how he treats his mother, just like a man can tell a lot about a female by how she treats her father. So you got to think about those type of dynamics. And I'm sorry, I know this is going to sound probably a little cold, but dating apps is not how you meet women. If you're a dude and you're single and you're looking for that special one that that's going to take your last name. Well, a dating app is not for you. The way a man meets a woman is by walking up to a woman and saying hello. That's how you meet women. You meet women when you leave outside. You meet women when you go to the grocery store. You meet women at the laundromat. You meet women everywhere. You do not meet women at a bar. You do not meet a woman at a club. Meeting women at clubs and bars are the worst places to meet a woman. You do not want to meet a woman at a club or a bar. Likewise, for you single females listening, you do not want to meet a man at a club or a bar. All right, that is the worst place on the planet to meet someone. All right. Now, I ain't saying that it can't happen or that it hasn't been done. Of course it has. But see, people make so many mistakes when it comes to relationships. You go to the club, you go to a bar, you buy the woman drinks, yada, yada, yada. You're dancing, you're spitting game. You're probably doing drugs, recreational drugs. You're probably smoking that weed. You take her back to your place or her place, y'all engaging in adult relations, and you think you the man or you think you the female. You done skipped first, second, and third base. You skipped everything about the person. You probably don't even know the person's last name. How's that a way to start a relationship? You don't even know if you guys are the same religion. You don't know if you have the same political leanings. You don't know how this person feels about politics, the environment. You don't know how they feel about spiritual things. You don't know how if the person even understands. You don't even know if the person is awake to the reality that they live in. You don't even know if this person knows who the president of the United States is. You don't even know if you guys share the same goals or the same beliefs or the same interests. I'll end it with this for you. You know the old saying, opposites attract? That's very true. However, opposites attract, but they never stay together. All right? You wanna win? You want a great relationship? Here's how you do it. You find someone who you share the same interests. The same interests. Y'all got like the same personality. If you're a weird person, you want to find another person that's weird just like you. They can appreciate your weirdness. If you're eccentric, find another person that's eccentric like you. They'll be able to appreciate your eccentricness. All right? That's how it is. Why do you think that most affairs happen on the job? It's because that man or that woman is looking at this other person. They're spending all this time together, meaning they have all things in common. They share the same career, same jobs. They look in each other's face, all that they're spending time with each other. That should tell you what the strong dynamics are that build healthy relationships. They're spending a lot of time together, having all types of interests together, the same interests. Those are the people that stay together and have long, loving lives together. It's through talking. Notice how I didn't say the word texting. I said talking, hearing each other's voice. How you doing? Look at spending personal, physical time with each other. That's what builds it, you know? And likewise, how do you think this that some long-term, like, long distance relationships like work, like going back to like World War II and stuff like that? Remember all the love letters? You ever seen those documentaries? They showing you the love letters that people wrote each other. The man's over there fighting for his country, he's writing letters back home to the girlfriend or quote unquote fiance, and then they actually get to be husband and wife if he makes it back home alive, and their relationship is so strong because they spent all that time writing each other, communicating, talking, all that stuff, you know so that's all I got to say on that for now. Maybe I will do another broadcast or something like that on that in the future. I'm getting a lot of good feedback from from you guys and what kind of things you like to discuss and talk about. So maybe on our Thinking Outside the Box episode, we'll do something like that. But for now, I do have to tell y'all about that quad, which you do need to be extremely careful tomorrow. Also, I have it in my bones. My trader spidey senses are going bananas right now. I gotta tell you, I feel something is up. Something is awry. I can't put my finger on it. I can't call it. I don't know what it is, but something is not right. They're hiding something. They're up to something. I'm telling you. I'm watching the price action even today. How the market rallied today. But did you notice also how the market gave it all back? You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the price action. It's almost like musical chairs, like someone's moving money around just enough to, like someone's opening a back door to let someone in or out, but just not you. And then after they get you trapped in the room, they light it on fire and you can't escape. That's kind of like what I see right now. I see them moving some stuff around and just enough to get them out and then trap you in. That's why I think what's coming down the pike next is, um, you know, putting a stop to shorting in a sense. All right. They can do that with equities. They can make the equity market slow way down, but they can never stop shorting with futures or forex or crypto. That is impossible. They will never be able to do that with futures, forex, and crypto because those markets were actually designed to do that. All right. They're designed for that. And those are very large markets. You know what I'm saying? The FX market, Forex market, is the largest market on the planet. Over $1 trillion per day exchanges hands. All right. So you're not going to be able to do nothing with that market. But with equities, yeah, they can control that. They can reinstate the uptick rule. They can do a lot, man. So all I'm saying is just please be careful. Even tomorrow, it's quad witching. Some of you may not even be able to get a trade off because the market sometime on those witching days, the markets barely move at all. Like they'll stay in this really super narrow range. All right. So I just have to let you know that as well. All right, let's jump into these charts, man. All right, so this is what we got going on right now. I got a request in, so I'm gonna knock this out first. Someone who's not able to attend, who is one of our PulseWave members. This is a chart of soybeans, but not the soybean futures. This is the ETF that tracks the soybean futures. The ticker is S as in Sam, O as in Oscar, Y as in yo-yo, B as in boy. So soy B. That is the ETF for trading soybean futures. If you don't want to trade the actual futures, you can actually buy this ETF. And they want to know what I thought about it. Well, first of all, taking a look here, you have a primary rally alert that you're coming off of from the day prior, and you made a bullish pointer today. So all things being equal, I would have to say that this one looks like it wants to go much higher. But keep in mind where you are. You are in a downtrending market. You do have a bearish weekly trend momentum that's extending out. Your momentum is actually starting to turn up and could go positive by as early as tomorrow. But also keep in mind that tomorrow's Take Back Friday. All right. And this market could take a hit. Excuse me. Also, we have options expiration as well. Okay. So things may not go as they normally would. So this look at it this way. We have all this uncertainty going on with this coronavirus and martial law and shutting down countries. You know, the U.S. just raised their highest alert level, level 4, restricting traveling, leaving the country and going overseas. All right. So the next thing you know, we're going to have boots on the ground. You can see tanks rolling down the street and martial law being put into effect and forced quarantine. And you know what comes with forced quarantines. Don't make me say it. You're going to make me say it? You're going to make me say it? All right, here we go. Forced inoculations. Prepare yourself for that. Forced vaccinations, inoculations. All right. Hold on, wait a minute. One of my peoples just posted this in the trading room. U.S. cash crisis. Withdrawal limits spark bank run fear. Various individuals across the U.S. are claiming financial institutions like Chase and Bank of America are restricting cash withdrawal amounts. Oh, snap. Oh, wow. Wow. Really? Hold up. Let me see this. The entire world has been focused on the economy as the coronavirus outbreak has devastated the global markets. U.S. banks impose withdrawal restrictions. Cash is something everyone looks for during times of economic hardships. Let's see here. Chase is insolvent. Bank run proceeded to lie to me to go around outside the drive-thru without my mask, and she would give me the 5K promised earlier. 2K ration per customer. $2,000 ration per customer. I did so, and they refused to give me it. Manager demanded I delete the video. What? 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 According to reports, banks like Chase, JP Morgan, and Bank of America have been limiting withdrawals. This is because the rich from New York have been asking for $30,000 to $50,000 withdrawals. So banks have created a limit between 3 to 10K in some areas. During the market massacre on March the 12th, excuse me, Manhattan Bank temporarily ran low on $100 bills after a large rush for cash. A B of A spokesman told the public that there were only issues with large denominations and individuals are able to withdraw $20 and $50 notes. We don't keep large amounts of cash and big bills in the branches because it's dangerous for our employees and there is low demand. There are people complaining on social media about the withdrawal limits and from certain banks in the US over the last few days. Go to the bank today and ask to withdraw your entire balance. They are refusing to give out more than $5,000, even if your account has $20,000 in it. Even if your normal withdrawal limit is $10,000 daily. On March the 14th, a person from New York tweeted, "Food chain is broken. Went to Shop and Shop. Shelves are empty. Meat's gone. No more eggs. And the bank will only permit a $2,500 limit per day withdrawal." Another Twitter post shows a man visiting Chase Bank and recording a video of a manager refusing to give him $5,000. Moreover, the branch manager from Chase asked the person to delete the video, the man said. Wow. Oh, hold on. European banks shutter. German banks impose withdrawal restrictions and bank runs from the past. The US is not the only country that is having cash problems, as European banks have shuttered hundreds of branches since the COVID-19 spread. For example, the financial institution HVB closed 101 branches across the EU. Reports detail that a few German banks are imposing withdrawal limits, and customers can only withdraw €1,000 per visit. Ever since last Thursday's stock market crash, people are reminded of the economic disasters in the past, like 2008 financial crisis. What? However, these crashes didn't cause massive bank runs. The last time that happened was during the Wall Street crash in 1929, during the Great Depression throughout the early 1900s, blah, blah, blah. Bank runs are starting in Colorado. Another man from the U.S. tweeted on March 17th, smaller towns and small cities are not allowing walk-ins anymore, along with limits on cash withdrawals. Wow. Did y'all get all that? Did y'all get all of that? This is my first time hearing any of that. Good grief. Wow, that's some fraggle bull right there, man. I didn't know that was happening. I told y'all I felt some things was going on, but wait a minute. Let's put this article in perspective, okay? Let's put it in perspective. First of all, the banks mentioned, I hate those banks that they mentioned. For years, they have been dissing the public, robbing people of their money. Not just now. I'm talking about going all the way back to the early 90s, man. Don't get me started on their activities in Maryland. Don't get me started. Do not, I don't, that have to be a whole nother broadcast. And yes, I have evidence, I have facts, I have people I can bring on and interview, and they'll tell you how Bank of America stole their money out of their account. And guess what? It happened to me too. So don't even get me started on that. These banks have a reputation, a bad reputation. All right. So I'm not shocked that they will be the first to do some, some grimy stuff like that. But also, let's not forget, I did tell you guys a few days ago, I said, only keep in the bank what you need to pay your bills. I did say that. Did I not tell y'all that? Did I not say that? I said that. All right. I also, told you to go and make sure you handled your business. Every day this week, you should have been going out, getting little odds and ends and things that you need, whatever you could do. I did say that. I said, do whatever you can do. I said that too. Did I not say that? So I'm not surprised that this is happening. And don't forget too, I went on a long tirade. I told you guys, I said, ain't no bank runs coming in this country. And I told you why there would be no bank runs. And this is why. Because all they're going to do is just limit what you can take out. They make the rules. I can't believe people have such short memories, man. A few years back, it was exposed. This is back when Alex Jones was still on YouTube. It was exposed. There was some new law or something that was passed under Obama's watch when he was in office, saying that your money that you put in a bank is no longer your money. It belongs to them. Now, I don't know if people missed that or not, but I covered that too. So I'm not shocked that this is happening. This is what they do. They have things in place to prevent runs on the bank. All right. So this is what's up. This is what's happening, folks. All right. That's why there's no runs in the bank, because you can't. You can try all you want, but you're limited on what you can get out the bank. They're gonna say, nope, you can only have this much. And that's another thing too. I don't know why. See, it's like you scream stuff from the rooftop, but people don't listen, man. How long have I been on YouTube now? And people don't remember nothing? They don't remember nothing? Okay. A while back, many, many moons ago, banks stopped keeping large amounts of cash in their branches. Okay. They started off with an average of about $60,000 to $70,000 in cash every day. That's what they keep in most larger branches. In smaller branches, You'll be lucky if they have $12,000 in the entire branch. All right? Every day, the armored truck comes and picks up the excess cash over that initial margin amount for them to take to the Federal Reserve. They do not keep large amounts of money in a bank anymore. It's all kept at the Federal Reserve and digitized. Okay? They did that because bank robberies in the 90s was off the hook. I repeat, bank robberies in the decade of the 90s was off the hook. People could not stop running up in a branch saying, break me off everything up in here. So they was like, what we going to do? What can we do to curb people running up in our spot like this? And they was like, I got it. Don't keep no money up in here. And change withdrawal limits. And that's what they did. That's what they did. So ain't no way in the world you're going to run up to thinking you're going to rob a bank because ain't nothing in it. Now, to prove this to you, I remember back when I had my mortgage company way back in the day, I remember going to cash a check at a local bank. It was a check for $12,000. And they looked at me like I was an alien who just fell from Mars and landed in their bank. Straight up. They was like, they looked at my paycheck. The teller almost passed out. And she was like, we've never seen paycheck this large before. This is a paycheck. Yeah, it wasn't no personal check. It was a paycheck. All right. Payroll check. And they was like, we never seen nothing like this before. We can't cash this. I was like, why not? It's written on your bank. You better run me my money. And it was like, okay, well, she had to go and talk to a supervisor, talk to a manager. They had to have a meeting. They had to get into a huddle, because it was only 1 second left. They only had enough time for one play, and they on the 1 yard line. All right. They know if they can't make this work, they're going to have to run me my money and they're going to lose the game. And so guess what they had to do? You're not going to believe this. Guess what they had to do? They gave me like half of the money and sent me to another branch to pick up the rest of my money. I'm not kidding. They did not have that much money in the bank. They said, we were to give you all of that. They said, first of all, we don't even have that much in the branch right now. I had to go to another branch to get the rest of my money. This was a long time ago, all right? We talking way back when. So they've been doing this for a minute, man. They don't give no money in no bank. All right. So anyway, this is where we are. All right. So this is where we at. This is what's going on. All right. We are. It's right now. I think everyone's going through the stages of grief. I think right now the biggest one is, it's I think it's unbelief. Disbelief. It's doubt. We don't believe what's happening. Like, is this really happening? Is the new world order really rising up? Are they really doing this? Is there really no food on the shelves? And for me, it's a lot for me. You guys don't realize it, but for me, this is a lot. This is hard on me because I had the dream back in 08, 09, probably in 09. And I remember in the dream I was going to the grocery store and there was no food on the shelves or in the store. They were expecting a truck to come, and it did come, but it had a pallet with like a little box on it. And they went and picked the little box up, and it was not. I think it was some paper or something, no food in it. And they was like, okay, well, since you all were here, it was me and like a group of people who was there when the store opened. We wanted to get whatever we could get. And it was like, well, all we have is these donuts from yesterday, these old donuts we were going to throw out. You guys can go ahead and take that. Those you can take those for free since you were here and we didn't have nothing. Now, let me put some things in perspective for you, why this is powerful, what I just told you. I didn't wake up until 2009. I know you find that very funny and hard to believe, right? No, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I did not know anything. I didn't even know a fraction of what I know today. Not hard, not at all. Not at all. As a matter of fact, when the 2008 crisis hit, I didn't truly understand. I couldn't truly appreciate what was really happening. Now, and here's the part that's so messed up. I worked in the industry and I was even trading at the time. Now, I knew, full disclosure, I had a feeling, I knew that something was wrong with the stock market. And I started saying it in '07. I said, the Dow and the S&P are hitting new highs, but the NASDAQ 100 is not. So I was like, this market is gonna this balloon's gonna pop. I knew that disconnect was not right and that the market was gonna come down. I knew exactly to about what point it should fall, and it was supposed to do it gradually over 12 to 18 months. Okay, and so when 2008 happened, I was just blown away at the speed and velocity of that crash. And it took me by storm. I didn't really understand and appreciate what was really happening. I didn't understand. I just knew that this is not the way the market's supposed to be behaving. But I didn't know the whys. I didn't understand any of that stuff. All right. We're talking about a dude in 2008 when that was happening. I was in the markets and trading, but I didn't understand the background of what was really going on, man. I just didn't know. So for me, living right now and going through all of this, all the things that I've been talking about for years now, is crazy because I'm actually seeing it coming to pass so fast. That's the part that's really, kind of blowing my mind a little bit. Like you said, it's not that it's really happening; it's happening so fast. I expected this years down the road when I'm an old man, not when I'm a young man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just blown away. I'm blown away by just the quickness, how fast things are going right now. What's going on with the yuan? The same thing that's going on with everything else in forex and every other market for that matter. It's just everything's going ballistic. The markets are tore up from the floor up because of all the shenanigans, because of all the manipulation and all that stuff. So, like I said, I knew things was happening, but I didn't know the why because I was using my algorithms. I was like, yeah, my algorithms are telling me something ain't work. This ain't right. That ain't right. But I couldn't tell you why. Now, remember, during this time when the 2008 crisis hit, I still thought that planes took down the World Trade Center. I did not know anything. I thought 9/11 was what it was, and then that was it, and I didn't care to think about it no more. I experienced what I experienced, lost people I knew, family, all that stuff. But okay, it happened. And, I'm saying to myself, well, they were told back in 1989 that planes could be used to fly into buildings. Why didn't they listen when Israel was telling everybody? So that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I didn't know. I didn't even know what YouTube was in 2008. I didn't know what YouTube was. My little brother, one of my little brothers had to tell me about YouTube. He said, you should go check out. He sent me to YouTube to watch a music video. All right. And so I went and of course, the music video blew my mind. The dude was sick, one of the sickest artists on the planet. And I was like, wow. And I was like, okay, this is dope. And I must have watched that video 1,000 times because, matter of fact, I'll tell you what the video was. It was Rhinestone Cowboy by MF Doom. For those of you who don't know who MF Doom is, he has a lot of names. MF Doom, Mad Villain, all of that. Anyway, he used to be part of that group. Remember the song Peach Fuzz for you older heads out there? He was with KMD, and then he went solo, and he is one of the illest MCs of all time. A name most of you probably never even heard of. So anyway, he took me to that Rhinestone Cowboy video, and I was bugging out. I was like, this dude he can spit. That was slick. Especially when he was like, he said, I got more soul than a sock with a hole. I just lost it. I was like, I ain't never heard that nobody spit like that. I was like, okay, that I had to see more. So I just started, typing, find out what I could find out, man. And I was like, yo, right? And then I don't know why to this day, don't ask me why or how this happened. I don't know. I just did it. I typed in 911. I don't know why. I don't know why. I remember I never even thought about it after all of that. That's something I want to forget about. So I typed it in. I was just curious. And then, of course, all this stuff came up. And I said, oh, man, let me click. I clicked back the first video just to take myself back down that memory lane. And I saw it. And then I was like, wow, man, that really was powerful. And then the wild part was I saw these videos said conspiracy or whatever. I was like, conspiracy? Let me see. Let me click this. And then when I clicked it, man, it blew my mind. And that was it. And then I saw someone say Alex Jones or something. I clicked it. And that was it. I went on a 12-month hiatus where I did nothing but research and read everything I could get my hands on. I must have watched 1,000 documentaries and just researched all over the world, man. I'm telling you, I went in. I went in like I've never went in before. And here I am today. This brings me here. So now that I'm going through this like 2008 again, except for this time I have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and experience behind it, it's like really blowing me away because this is all happening so fast. So, you never forget where you come from and what you learned and stuff like that. So yeah, man, that's what we are now. This is some weird stuff. All right, so back to the soybean chart that the client wanted me to take a look at. All right, so this is what you need to watch for your position if you are in soy B tomorrow. This market needs to close above, let's call it 1371 tomorrow. If it can close above 1371, it opens the door for more bullishness and rallying into next week. Failure to close above 1371 tomorrow would spell more downside coming. All right, so that's on your soy B. All right, on your Russell, as you can see, we got a primary rally alert. We got another back-to-back. This is what scares me, back-to-back. Every time we get these, we go lower. All right, we got that range-bound, narrow range inside day. So we got it right here, and then we, boom, gave it up. Now we're building another one. This is looking real scary, man. It's looking real scary. All right, so bears in control of this thing. All right, this is what the Russell needs to do to put in a short-term bottom. Needs to close tomorrow above 1076.30. So 1076.30 is what we need on the Russell futures. All right. All right, looking at crude oil futures, we got a primary rally alert for tomorrow. Yes. All right, what does crude oil need to do? It needs to close above $27.08 to put in a short-term bottom. If it does that, it swings the door wide open for retracement, Fibonacci retracement, at least to fill in this gap minimum. So that'll send us to at least about around $40 a barrel. So that should be good for a good $20 run. All right. So that's crude oil futures. All right, taking a look at NASDAQ 100, E-mini NASDAQ 100. We have nothing for tomorrow. All right. We got this narrow range inside day bar like it was supposed to in the NASDAQ, which means that we are going to trade sideways tomorrow. And we can even break out tomorrow. We can break out or break down, but breakout is imminent in the E-mini NASDAQ 100. And we just came off of the extended bearish weekly trend momentum. We could also relock in tomorrow if we crash, but if we rally, we could start the beginnings of a bull run for next week. So NASDAQ looking interesting. Needs to close tomorrow above 73.41 to put in a short-term bottom. 73.41 in the NASDAQ. All right, taking a look now at the real estate, the IYR. We have a primary rally alert for tomorrow. This thing needs to close above $68.72 to put in a short-term bottom. Failure to do so opens up more downside risk for next week. And looking at GDXJ, primary rally alert tomorrow. I'm expecting a narrow range inside day because of the up down canceling out. Narrow range inside day is called for tomorrow. This market needs to close above $28.62 in order to put in a short-term bottom. All right, so that's GDXJ. Taking a look now at the Dow futures. Primary rally alert for tomorrow. This market needs to close above 20,779 to put in a short-term bottom. Failure to do so could open the door for more selling Sunday night into Monday. All right, taking a look now at silver futures. Silver futures has a primary rally alert. So this one is looking interesting. Because it's done nothing but come straight down. So this one looks mad interesting. Needs to close tomorrow above $13.11 in order to put in a short-term bottom. And I'm telling you, let me take a look at this one now. Silver looks real good here. I may actually think about doing something in silver tomorrow. I might do that. All right, looking at gold. Gold also has a primary rally alert for tomorrow. Ooh. If we do break, we're going to have problems right here at this bottom of the trend line. I'm sorry, of the Kumo cloud, which is at 1528. So I may want to take that ride to 1528. Let me see. Gold right now. Yeah, I may want to take that ride. So yeah, it needs to close tomorrow above 1519. So $1,519 in order to put in a short-term bottom. And if it doesn't, then you know it's going to head lower. Primary rally alert for bonds tomorrow, TLT. All right, needs to close above 153.63 to put in a short-term bottom. Failure to do so would open up the floodgates to more selling for next week. All right, taking a look here at the US dollar index, which is on fire. Primary rally alert kicked it off, followed by a secondary rally alert. And this thing just keeps right on going. We're flirting with 103, guys. 103. The dollar is strengthening. For those of you that would like to participate and make money off this dollar, I would strongly lean you in the direction of trading the UUP ETF, ticker UUP. Or you can go in and on the forex side and get long the dollar yen, USD/JPY. Excuse me. All right, let's see here. That's all I got. So I need to handle some business. I need to get the pulse waves out because I still have not completed that yet. So I need to do that like right now. So I will see you all back here tomorrow morning. Remember, tomorrow's Friday. I don't do end of day reports on Fridays, but I will do something for the pre-market post scan. I will be doing that tomorrow. All right, if you haven't already done so, go to PulseWaveTrading.com. We got goodies set aside for you when you sign up with our free account. Also, for those of you that want to take the plunge and break bread with us, you can do it for as low as $69 a month now. All right, that's an introductory thing we got going on right now for you. And you're probably going to want to hurry up because we could and might be maybe raising that. And in addition to that, you're definitely going to want to take advantage of the cotton system. The only way to do that is to purchase one of the programs that we got. All right, so you can start off with the 6-pack and get one for a buddy too. It's only $69 a month. You can break bread with us and have access to that cotton system. But like I said, it is not my fault. Please do not use my name. If you get a phone call from a broker asking you how in the world were you able to do what you've been doing all week. All right. I'm just saying. I'm not to blame on that. Use it at your own risk. All right. I'm just saying. If anybody calls you or want to come visit you from the SEC, you are not insider trading. You just using the algos, all right? So, and the rest of y'all, I will see y'all for pre-market post scan. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm about to get these post waves out within the next couple of minutes. Peace.